I signed with an exclusive contract with the best Olympic wrestling club in the world called Team Foxcatcher. You might have seen the movie or the documentary. It's about the club owner, the billionaire John DuPont, shot and murdered Dave Schultz. So I signed with that club and I started training with the best wrestlers in the world, the best coaches in the world. But there were these two guys that I couldn't beat. They kept beating me in the 1993 and 1994 World Team Trials seasons. One of them was Mark Kerr, who was a Pride Fighting champion, and the other one's Mark Coleman, who was UFC champion. These guys were giving me problems for a while. And so after the 1994 season, I figured I'm never going to beat these guys, so I might as well just give it up. I was really down on myself, and I just felt like these two guys, as long as they're there, I'm not going to beat them. So I quit for about 5 months. And you know what? Every day it ate me alive. I kept thinking, what if I could have made the team? I'm never going to know unless I try. Let's just see this through to the end. And I knew I was going to regret it if I didn't try. So I came back, but I came back with a game plan. And I used Dan Gable's philosophy, Jerry, exhaust training. That's when you train till you're exhausted. And that's when the training actually starts. It gives you impeccable conditioning. I mean, I wasn't the biggest or the fastest or the strongest or the most technical or the best wrestler in my weight class. But what I knew I could be is the most well-conditioned. I would wear my opponents down and score on them when they got tired. And it worked. I beat Mark Kerr. I beat Mark Coleman. I went undefeated my last 2 years wrestling. I won the World Championships in 1995 and the Olympic gold medal in 1996. And all this while Dave Schultz was shot and killed. So I lost my Olympic coach. I didn't have an Olympic coach for the last 6 months of my career. But Dave taught me enough to know what I had to do from here on in.
Could you explain the program Dan Gable had that you had work to exhaustion, then that's when your workout starts?
Yeah, you know what? What you do is all right, what Dan Gable does, he has you do these conditioning drills where you're running, you're doing, you're going to do 20, 100-yard hill sprints, and you're not going to stop. You're going to run up and jog down, run up, jog down. And after that, then you're going to do 10 with a guy on your back. You run up, jog down, then you get on his back, he runs up. So we did that. Then we would get on the air dyne and we would do 1 minute sprints, and then we would tread for 1 minute. And then we'd do 1 minute sprints and tread for 1 minute. And then we had to go on a 5-mile run. And we had to do interval sprints in between. Then we go to the practice room, we'd be exhausted, and he'd have us wrestle for an hour straight. Wrestle live for an hour straight. I'll tell you this, our day off was this. He said, listen, today all we're going to do is one match, a college wrestling match. And a college wrestling match is usually 3-2-2, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. The first period's 3, the second's 2, the third's 2. And so we're wrestling. And we're going, we're all going hard because we think we're only going to go for 7 minutes. And I'm wrestling my ass off, and 15 minutes goes by, and I'm like, what's going on? Why is he not blowing the whistle? And the wrestler said, just keep going. He was a kid from Iowa, so he knew Dan Gable pretty well. So we get done after about 30 minutes. We get done. He blows the whistle, and someone says, hey, Gable, I thought you said we're going to do one college match. He said, yeah, we're going to do a college match, but it's not going to be 3-2-2. It's going to be 30-20-20. That was our day off. I mean, it was fucking ridiculous, man. But I learned a lot from Dan Gable, and also another coach named Jim Miller. He was also a coach for Augsburg College in Iowa. He made a bunch of records. He had a bunch of records for Division III coaching, Division III wrestling.
10 straight national titles for his team, I believe.
Yes, exactly right, Jerry. Listen. His book is freaking awesome.
Yeah, do it anyway. I have that book.
Do it anyway. Yeah, you know what? That's the whole philosophy behind him. Doesn't matter how you feel, do it anyway. Doesn't matter how tired you are, do it anyway. It's like, if you're unsure of yourself, doesn't matter, do it anyway. And you know what? His wrestlers, they were so well conditioned, they were winning nationals left and right. I mean, these guys were wearing their opponents down. And that's what I kind of did in my Olympic wrestling. And I learned a lot from these two coaches.